Welcome.
Attention, please.
Welcome aboard.
Welcome to the No Comfort Zone podcast. It's time to get out of your comfort zone and live on purpose. Broadcasting to the world from Rockford, Illinois. This is your wake-up call.
Warning.
You are the solutions to all your problems. Stop thinking average. Become the hero version of yourself. Every day, every time, without fail, no exceptions. It all matters. You've entered the No Comfort Zone. It's time for a reality check.
I don't know if I covered this in one of the other podcasts I did a long time ago, but one day, this was a crazy day. My wife and I are sitting around, and it was in the morning, and we're planning our day of what we're going to do. And it's a Sunday, and it's a time for us to we drink our coffee, we get caught up, we just reconnect with each other. It's a really good time, and we have really good conversations. My daughter that lives with us, she is constantly commenting about our conversations and how lame they are, and how anyway, she thinks we're super weird. She's like in her 20s. So maybe we are weird. I don't know, but it's a great time. Sunday mornings are a blast with us. They always have been. We really try to have a good time. So one day we're sitting around and we're like, it's pretty early. It's probably like 9 o'clock, and we're just seeing what we're going to do for the day. And there was a ton of errands that we needed to run. So in the background was a movie that was playing, which was called Yes Man, with Jim Carrey, where he's not really living his life. He's kind of living the life of mediocrity, and he's not really connected with his friends, not connected at work. He's just a dude who suffered a breakup, and he's not putting himself out there anymore. Sound familiar? If you've been listening to my podcast, that was me for a while. And what I ended up doing was I took that to heart in my own way before the movie became available, and I decided that what I was going to do is really start living my life. Well, it's funny, now they made a movie about it. Yes, man, not about my life, but just about this guy who really gets out there by saying yes to everything. So as we're sitting there drinking our coffee, planning our day, next thing you know, my wife goes, "Hey, wouldn't it be a great idea if we just said yes to everything today?" And not really knowing where we were going to go or how it was going to wind up, I said, "Yeah, that would be fun to do." She goes, "Good, let's do it." I said, "Yeah, whatever." And she was like, "No, you need to say yes." So we spent a Sunday and we said yes to everything. It was one of the craziest, most memorable days that we've had, because quite frankly, we wound up doing our errands that we needed to do. And then for some reason, on a whim, we wound up in Lake Geneva having lunch somewhere, just because we decided to say yes to let's get out of town and go somewhere and have lunch and then come back. And it was just a unique, crazy, special day. It was tons of fun. And I'll say this, my credit card, I used it a little bit more than I should have, because we did say yes to everything, but it was a lot of fun. I don't recommend doing that all the time. But this podcast isn't about the word yes. This is a podcast about the word no, the most powerful word in the human language. In sales, you'll know when you get the no. When somebody says no, that's when your job starts. That's when the objection handling begins. And when you're in a relationship or trying to get into a relationship, when the person says no, that's where you really need to put your game on, because you know what? If they're worthwhile, they're probably going to say no, and they're probably saying no for a reason. Your job is to find out a way to get around that the right way, because no does mean no. And there's a couple of people that I know that didn't take no for an answer and are living with their soulmates now. And there has to be a give and take when it comes to that, okay? There has to be some courtship. But truth truly is, the word no is, you're going to have to understand that the word no is really powerful. And sometimes when it comes to relationships and boundaries, it seems like I'm on this whole codependent no more kick, but I'm not. Maybe I am. But the word no is sometimes just let things be. You don't always have to jump up and be the hero and solve the problems. Sometimes you just got to sit back and wait for things to happen on their own. And sometimes you need to stop things before they start. And the best way to do that is no. And don't worry about being the most liked person on the planet. Don't worry about if you're going to offend somebody. Stay true to you. I just heard a podcast from somebody and they were talking about that, about their it's only becomes believable when it becomes true. I think that's what it was about. Either way, I don't care. It's about, my podcast is about if it's true for you. And sometimes the word no, just no. You don't have to be agreeable with everybody and everything. I'm going to look back at my life, and I'm going to look at my 20s and my 30s specifically, and I'm going to realize that in my mind, I was the guy that was always saying no to everything. But I actually was saying yes to everybody. And I was trying to make everybody happy. And in the end, it caused massive depression for me, massive problems trying to make everybody happy. So occasionally, if you want to live like the yes guy, and occasionally you want to be that, say yes to everything, have some fun with it, throw some caution to the wind, take a few risks, don't risk everything, but say yes more often. But when it comes down to the brass tacks, when it comes down to the end and your happiness, you need to have some boundaries, and you need to realize that spending time with this person might not be a great idea, and you just need to tell them no. I went on a blind date a long time ago with somebody that I met online. And this was in Las Vegas. And I remember I was driving in this certain part of town, and I decided to call this person who we were talking a lot on the phone, call him. And I asked him, I said, hey, just checking in with you. We're going to meet up next Friday. What are you up to? Just getting off work, she says. And she's like, are you driving? Yeah, where are you at? And I told her where I'm at. She asked what intersections. She's like, no way. We just passed each other. Instead of waiting till next Friday, let's meet right now. I just got off work. I'll meet you at this bar. So we go to this bar, and I'll say this. We had great conversations on the phone, and it was really exciting to finally meet this person. And it was really happy that this person turned out to be the way they were. And we had a great conversations for 15 minutes. We had a drink, and then she went on her way and I went on mine. It was a great first meeting. So the next day I called, right, as you would. And I said, so, hey, what's going on? And there was a distance. There was a error. There was a reason, something going on I didn't understand. So I'm like, what's going on? We met yesterday. It was pretty awesome. It was pretty exciting. And she's like, yeah, you know what? I don't think I want to go out with you again. And I was like, oh my God, we hit it off so well. And she goes, yeah, we did, but you're not as tall as I thought you were. I'm not short. I'm 5'10", on a good day, 5'9" maybe, but I don't think I'm short. Doesn't matter. I think I'm average. And the fact of the matter is, she called me out on it. And then she says, you're just not what I thought you would be. That's all. It just comes down to that. So, of course, by then I turned away and I go, well, you know what? You need to give me another chance. And she was like, no. Finally, after like 2 days, she's like, okay, fine. Yeah, did I bother her? Maybe I did. I don't know. But let's go out for another date. And then I realized, you know what? I don't like her enough to go out on the second date. I don't need to win this one. She didn't like me. She wasn't my soulmate. And I knew that. She was attractive. She was nice. She had a nice job. She had good values. I thought it would be great to go out with this person, have some companionship. But I knew in my heart she wasn't the one. And she knew in hers I wasn't the one either. So bravo to her for saying me, no, I don't think it's going to work out. But I'm really happy with myself because I didn't pursue it. Because quite frankly, you don't need to pursue it with everybody. If it doesn't need to happen, it doesn't need to happen. If it's not going to happen, know when to cut your losses and move on. Sometimes saying no is the best part about getting outside of your comfort zone and living on purpose.
Say goodbye.
Want more of the No Comfort Zone? You can follow Dan on Instagram and Twitter at NoComfortZone1.
Bye.
Or on the web at thenocomfortzone.com.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
Thanks for listening to the No Comfort Zone podcast.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye.